Okay, now I'm going to show you how to cast off. It's very, very simple. When you've finished the work and you want to cast off, you just knit as you would normally do, one stitch and the next stitch. So you've got 2 on the right needle if you're right-handed like me. Then we're just going to take the first stitch you knitted and pull it off the needle. That's over the second. So you've only got 1 stitch on the needle now. Then you're going to do that again. You're going to knit another stitch. So you've got 2 on the needle. Take the first one, pull it over the second, got 1 stitch on the needle. Knit again. So you've got 2 stitches on the needle. Take the first one, pull it up and over the second. You can see that you're already getting quite a neat little cast off edge. So you just keep going in this way to the end of the row. So second stitch over the first, all along the row. And then eventually you'll just be left with one stitch on your needle. And at that point, we've just got the last stitch left. Just 1 stitch left, so then you're going to take some scissors, leave quite a long, I always like to leave quite a long thread, cut it off, and then you're just going to, as your last loop, put the end of your cut thread, just put it through your last loop. And if you pull that tight, that's going to secure it. I'll just show you that one more time in case it wasn't clear. So you've got your last loop that was left on your needle, you've cut your thread and you just thread it through the loop and pull it tight. The reason I always leave a long thread is because what you're going to want to do now, if you're making a jumper or something that's going to need stitching together, you'll want to leave a long thread for sewing up. Even if that's the end of it, you just want to make sure you've left quite a long enough thread and then just sew this in. Doesn't really matter where you're going. If it's a seam, it's better along the seam. In, out, in, out, in, out, and then cut it off a couple of inches away. Just because if it did get unravelled, if you cut it here, the chances are your knitting's going to unravel. So just thread it part of the way down and cut it off, and that's your cast off edge.